Yes, all okay? Good. So, a very good morning to all of you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Let everyone join. We'll wait for 1 or 2 more minutes. Fine. Till then, you just try to recall what was taught yesterday. Hmm? What was revised yesterday. Try to recall that. All right. Fine, sir. Yesterday, the last point that we revised, sir, was power. The formula for the power. Hmm? And the unit for the power. Okay. In the yesterday's lecture, the last point was the last point was about the unit of the power. Okay, let us recall that. Okay, let us recall that. You also write down along with me. Huh. So power. What was the formula for the power? Sir, power is rate of doing work. So work done divided by time required. Sometimes people will write it as W upon T, but you can write it very well like delta W upon delta T, no issues. It means average power, total work done divided by total time required to do that work. Taking units on both the sides, unit of power is equal to unit of the work done divided by unit of the time required. Okay. What is the unit of the work done? Sir, it is joule. What is the unit of the time required? Sir, second. So people call this joule upon second as watt. Watt is the name of scientist. 1 joule per second is equal to 1 watt, or simply joule per second is watt, or watt is joule per second. One thing to remember is this. One thing which I want all of you to remember is this sequence. Watt is joule per second. Watt is joule per second. Of course, you can say 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. But watt is joule per second. Joule is Newton meter, force into displacement in the direction of force. Force into displacement in the direction of force. So Joule is force into displacement. Force Newton, displacement meter. And Newton means force. Force means mass into acceleration. Mass kg, acceleration meter per second square. These things we already know, right? So this sequence I want all of you to remember. Watt is joule per second, joule is Newton meter, Newton is kg meter per second square, watt is joule per second, joule is Newton meter, Newton is kg meter per second square. This is going to be very useful for us. Okay, you will observe in the upcoming chapters. This is going to be very useful for us. Okay, sir, we will remember it. Fine. Now let us revise one more thing. Let us revise one more thing, one more physical quantity, energy. Okay, there are different types of energy, but let us write first of all the word energy and let us try to define it in general. Okay, energy is capacity to do work. Energy is what? Energy is defined as capacity to do work. Means what? With the help of energy, what you can do? You can do work. If you have energy, you can do work. If you have energy, you can do work. Now there are different types of energy. There are different types of energy. So let us write those types. Everything on the whiteboard you have to write. Okay. Types. What are the types of energy? First is kinetic energy. First is kinetic energy. Okay, sir. First is kinetic energy and second is potential energy. These are the two types of energy. Okay. Second is potential energy. Let us for time being accept it. Okay, let us for time being accept it that there are two types of energies, which are kinetic energy and the potential energy. Up to this point, reply me in the chat box, clear and written, so that I can take a new whiteboard. CW, clear and written. Everyone, very good. We are revising it in short, right? Fine. Chalo, next. Now, sir, you said there are two types of energies. Okay. The first one, write down. Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Is the energy because is the energy okay because of motion. It is the energy which is because of motion. So underline the word motion. Fine. Motion means what? Something is in motion means what? It has velocity. It is not at rest. It is not at rest. It is moving. Okay. It means it has some velocity or it has some speed. Okay. And the formula for the kinetic energy is, yes, it is 1/2 m into v square. Okay, this is the formula for kinetic energy. Now, energy is basically what? Energy is basically capacity to do work. So it means with the help of energy, we are doing work. So energy and work are equivalent concepts, slightly equivalent concept. Means what? Using energy, you can do work. Means when you consume energy, actually you do the work. Okay, sir. So unit of energy and unit of work both are same. So let me write unit of energy, curly bracket means what? Unit of energy is equal to unit of work. Okay, sir. Is equal to, what is unit of work? Sir, it is joule. It is joule. What is joule? Sir, joule is Newton meter. What is Newton? Sir, Newton is kg meter per second square. Sir, you just replace Newton, but this meter is also there. Yes, it is there. So into meter. So can I write joule is equal to, sir, this kg as it is into this meter into meter square divided by second square. Sir, let us write the second square in the numerator. So that will become kg into meter square into second raised to -2. Got this? Just reply me, clear and written. Unit conversion. समजते का तुम्हाला? Tell me. Let me know in the chat box. Do you understand this? Now this is helping you. Joule is Newton meter. Newton is kg meter per second square. And into this meter as it is. And some rearrangements. Fine, sir. Now let us verify the same thing. By using this formula. Now let us take units on both the sides. Unit of kinetic energy. I said unit of energy is equal to unit of work. Unit of work is joule, that we already know. Now let us find what is the unit of energy. From this formula we will ultimately get the same answer. Okay, we will ultimately get the same answer. Let's do that. Chalo. Unit of kinetic energy is equal to unit of 1/2 mv square. Means unit of 1/2 multiplied by unit of multiplied by unit of velocity square. 1/2 is just a number. It is a unitless number. So write there 1. Whenever it is a unitless number, write there 1. Okay, sir. This is what? Mass. 1/2 mv square. This is what? Mass. This is what? Velocity or the speed. Magnitude of velocity or speed. This is mass. Unit of mass is, sir, kg. Unit of velocity is, sir, meter upon second. But sir, put a bracket and we have to make it square. Okay. So kg into meter square divided by second square. Sir, we got the same answer. We got the same answer. So kg multiplied by meter square, and the second square in the numerator will become second raised to minus 2. So is this fact proved now? Unit of energy is equal to unit of work. Reply me in the chat box. Agree? Small a. Disagree? Small d. This fact is proved now. Unit of energy must be equal to unit of work. बोला पढ़नो. Agree? Disagree? Small a. Small d. Very good. Write it down also. Write it down also. लिहून घ्या. Yes. So in this way we can prove. Okay. This fact initially we wrote down because we already know it, because we already knew it, and then we just verified. Now this is something about kinetic energy. Now you just remember all the forms of energies are always a scalar quantity. Energy is just scalar quantity. Let it be kinetic, potential, even the work is also the scalar quantity. Okay, write down. Scalar means you do not require the information about the direction. Okay, you do not require the data of direction or the information of direction. So just write energy, work, energy comma work, and all the forms of energy, and all the forms of energy, all the forms of energy are scalar quantities. Okay, are scalar quantities. Let it be kinetic, let it be potential, let it be any type of energy. If it is energy or if it is a work, then definitely those are going to be scalar quantities. And you know, work is to be measured in joule, energy is also to be measured in joule. That's it. Joule means what? Joule is a name of scientist. So basically it is what? Joule is Newton meter. Meter is not a name of scientist. Meter is a unit of length. Newton is a unit of force. Newton is a unit of force. But actually Newton is a name of scientist. Then what is Newton? Sir, Newton is kg meter per second square. Kg is the unit of mass. Meter is the unit of length. And second is the unit of time. Okay, fine, sir. All right. Now let me move on to the next whiteboard so that we can discuss the potential energy. Okay. Chalo. Let us discuss the potential energy. Write down along with me. Potential energy. Now kinetic energy means what? Energy because of motion is called as kinetic energy. Then what is potential energy? Write down. Potential energy is energy because of, okay, energy because of configuration of the system. Now the new word, configuration of system. Okay, it's not that difficult. What is the meaning of configuration? We'll write down. Or let us write a definition which will give the meaning of the word configuration. Okay, energy because of configuration of the system means what? Energy because of, write down, energy because of relative positions of, okay sir, relative positions of particles, okay, particles in the system. All right, relative positions of particles in the system. Fine. Now what is the meaning of relative positions? Let us try to understand. Okay, configuration means what? Configuration means relative positions. Now what is the meaning of relative positions? Let us understand. Let's say this is our earth. Okay, it has mass equal to capital M. It's a very huge sphere, right? Earth is a very huge sphere, and let's say this is you. This is you standing on the earth. Okay, so this is your position. Okay, you are on the surface of the earth, and this is the earth. This is called as first configuration, or the one of the configurations. Okay, let's say initially this was the arrangement of the system. This is the first configuration, or the first arrangement, or the first relative position. Okay, means right now you are on the surface of the earth. Okay, sir. Now let's say you are traveling in the plane. Let's say now you are traveling in the plane. Okay. And this is you now. Now your relative position with respect to the earth is different. This is some another configuration. This is some another configuration. So let's say second configuration. Okay. So now you people tell me. Now the relative positions are different. Yes, no. Initially you were on the surface of the earth. Now you are not on the surface of the earth. You are somewhere you are somewhere else. So just tell me, relative positions are different, or the configuration of the system has been changed. Yes or no? First understand this much only. Initially someone was on the surface, but now that person is not on the surface. So definitely some configuration or the positions, see, the positions have been changed. Yes, no? Positions of the bodies or the particles in the system have been changed. Yes, no? Yes, no? Reply me in the chat box. Try to understand this. थोड़ा थोड़ा समझते का बघा. Try to understand this. We are going to discuss all the forms of potential energy in the upcoming chapters, so just don't worry, but let us understand the meaning of positions and relative positions. Initially the person was on the surface. Now the person is not on the surface of the earth. It means positions have been changed. Positions of the objects in the system. This entire thing is called as system. This is the first object, earth. This is the second object, let's say you. Okay, now you were initially on the surface. Now you are not on the surface. Okay, fine, sir. Now the positions are changing. So there is a type of energy which is there because of relative positions. Because of relative positions, and that energy is called as potential energy. Just like because of motion there is a type of energy called as kinetic energy, there is a type of energy because of relative positions. Okay, or it is in general called as configuration of the system. Okay, sir. Now there are different types of the potential energy, out of which the most useful type that we are going to use is gravitational potential energy. Do you know earth has gravity? Have you ever heard the word gravity? Reply me in the chat box. Yes, no? Mm-hmm. You know earth has gravity? Any particle having mass, let's say m1, let's say there is another particle m2, very good. These two particles, both of these two particles have some mass. Do you know two masses attract each other with the force of the gravity? The first mass is saying the second mass, come closer to me. The second mass is asking the first particle or the first mass as come closer to me. Both of them are attracting each other. Any two masses in the universe always attract each other. Okay, and with which force they attract each other? That was given by Sir Isaac Newton. Yes, no? Newton gave us the formula for force of attraction between the two masses, which we now called as gravitational force. That Apple Wally story that you know. Yes, no? Reply me in the chat box. Newton said that any two masses in the universe attract each other with a force called as gravitational force, and then we say that Newton discovered gravity. Right? Gravity is always there, but now the Newton said that whenever there are two masses, they are always going to attract each other with a force called as gravitational force. What is the value of that force? That was given by the Newton. That formula, guys, we are going to learn in the chapter called as gravitation. Okay, that gravitation chapter is completely based on Newton's work. Okay, fine, sir. So Newton first discovered this formula. Okay, sir. Now we know there is some force between the two masses. And guys, always remember, whenever there is force, instead of using the word force, in physics, sometimes people use the word interaction. So two masses interacting with each other means what? Two masses exerting force on each other. Interaction means, in physics, interaction means what? Here onwards, it is force. Interaction means force. Okay, sir, fine. So whenever two particles are interacting with each other by or with the help of some force, whenever two particles are interacting with each other with the help of some force, let's say gravitational force, there exists a type of energy called as potential energy. Up to this point, is that clear? Because now I am going to write down the formula for gravitational potential energy. Formula for gravitational potential gravitational potential energy. The formula is very simple. Mass of the body, acceleration due to gravity. Mass of the body, we know. What is acceleration due to gravity? Right now we don't know. Let it be. We are just writing the formula. mgh. Okay, what is h, sir? H is, let's say this is the surface of the earth. It is, this object has a mass, let's say equal to small m. So its height from the surface of the earth is called as small h. Okay, and in this way we write the formula mgh. Sir, what is this small g? Right now we don't know. It is called as acceleration due to gravity. We will learn about it in detail. Okay, for time being, let us just remember the formula mgh. Just like 1/2 mv square formula for kinetic energy, just like that formula for gravitational potential energy. There are different types of potential energies that we are going to learn in the upcoming chapters. But the very essential or the very required potential energy is nothing but the gravitational potential energy, which we are going to use so many times. Okay, so what is its formula? So its formula is mgh. What is m? Sir, m is the mass of the object. What is g? G is acceleration due to gravity. Okay, sir. G is what? G is acceleration due to gravity. For time being, just write down its value. Can you tell me its value? Can you tell me? I know all of you already know this. I'm just recalling it. Can you tell me? Very good, Sahil, Tanvi, Prithvi, Sohini, Devashish. Good. Good. Sanika, Nihal. Fine, sir. We know it. It is, sir, 9.8. Guys, it is acceleration. Unit of displacement or the distance is meter. Unit of speed or velocity is meter per second. Speed or velocity, meter per second. Unit of acceleration, sir, it is meter per second square. Unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So for time being, let us remember this value. Okay, sir. G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So now, sir, all the three quantities we know. What is h? H is height of the given object. Height of the given object from the surface of the earth. Okay, sir. All right. Up to this, we understand. Shall I move on to the next page? Just reply me in the chat box. बोला बाळांनो. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Just a second. All All right. Next, now we are going to make a chart. We are going to make a chart, and you people will help me to complete this chart. Okay, you also do the chart along with me. Okay, make 4 columns. First is name of the physical quantity. Do it. Name of physical quantity. Let us write short form. PHY, physical quantity, QUA. Then formula for that physical quantity. Second column. Third column is, guys, unit. What is the unit of that physical quantity? Then whether that physical quantity is scalar or vector. Okay, this chart you people will help me to complete. Okay, first is mass. Is there any formula? No, basically there is no formula for the mass. Okay, unit of mass. I'm going to look in the chat box. I'm going to complete it. I know it is going to be very simple thing. Okay, now we are just uh, putting our entire chapter in one chart. Okay, we are just wrapping up the chapter. Okay, yes sir, kg or gram. Now Shubham, you said grams. You people tell me, can I say grams or shall I say gram? 15 grams or 15 gram? Can I use plural? Can I use plural? No, sir. I cannot use plural. We have to say gram. Let it be 15 gram. Let it be 5,000 gram. But it will be gram. Okay. Fine, sir. So let us write kg. Okay. Scalar vector. Sir, scalar. No sense of direction. Chalo. Okay. And do the smart work. Okay. Do not write VECTOR. Don't write that. Just write small v, small s. Okay. Do the smart work. Next, distance. Is there any basic formula? No, it's just a path length. Unit meter. METRE. Very good. Scalar. Okay. Very good. Sir, displacement. What is formula? Displacement is, by formula, it is change in position. Change in position means shortest path length. Change in position means shortest path length. Change in position. Sir, unit again meter. Sir, scalar or vector? Sir, vector. Displacement is a vector. Okay. Next. Very good. Chat box is full of comments now. So all of you already know these things. That's very good thing. And even if you don't know, just focus. Okay. And now you will get it. Next is formula for speed. Correct, Rohan. Sir, it is distance upon time. Let us call distance as small d. Displacement as s. Now, do you know if it is a vector quantity, there is a convention to write one bar like this, s bar. This bar indicates that this quantity is a vector quantity. So displacement is a vector quantity. So we write s bar. Yes, no? Is this clear to all of you? When to write bar? Force is a vector quantity. So people will write f bar. Is this clear to all of you? Why this bar is there? Sometimes people write it as bar, or some people may write like arrow like this, s, and instead of bar they may write arrow. This arrow indicates, or this bar indicates, that the quantity written below is a vector quantity. Okay, sir. Now speed. Sir, speed is distance d upon time required t. Distance upon time taken. Distance traveled upon time taken. Unit is, sir, meter upon second. It is going to be, sir, scalar or vector? Speed. Good, Harshita. Sir, it is scalar. Next, speed, velocity. Sir, velocity is vector quantity. Let us use the symbol small v. Sir, it's a vector quantity, v bar. Okay, sir. So velocity as a vector is equal to displacement vector upon time. It is displacement vector upon time. It is displacement upon time. What is displacement? Sir, displacement is change. Change means triangle. Change means triangle or delta. So change in position upon time required. Now sometimes people write the time required as t, or sometimes they may write it as delta t. That is okay. What is r? I told you. Okay, I told you in yesterday's lecture or the day before that r is nothing but the position. Okay. So change in position is called as displacement. So displacement is change in position. So displacement upon time is velocity, or you may simply say rate of change of position. Something upon time means rate of change of position. Upon time, na? Upon time means rate of what? What is this? Delta r. Delta r means what? Change of position. So rate of means divide by time. Rate of what? Delta r. Delta means what? Change. R means what? Position. So rate of change in position is called as velocity. So rate of change of position. Rate of change of position. Rate of change of position is called as velocity, or simply displacement upon time is called as velocity. Okay, unit is, so position is measured in meter. Ultimately it is going to be a length from the origin. Okay, direct length from the origin. So change in position again meter, time second, scalar vector. बाबा ने बोला scalar vector, velocity sir, v bar vector, velocity is a vector. Number 6, acceleration symbol is small a bar. Acceleration is it velocity upon time or change in velocity upon required time? Acceleration is velocity upon time or change in velocity upon time? It is rate of change of velocity. It is change in velocity upon time required. It is not velocity upon time. Okay, sir. So it is change in velocity upon time required for the change in velocity. Velocity is also a vector quantity. Okay, sir. So it is change in velocity upon time required. Yes. What is its unit? Sir, velocity has unit meter per second. Velocity has unit meter per second. So change in velocity will also have the unit meter per second. Sir, time has unit second. Sir, this second is in the denominator. This second is also in the denominator. So that will automatically become, sir, meter per second square. Acceleration is a vector quantity. Direction of acceleration and the direction of change in velocity, both are same. Now I made one statement. Understand it. Direction of acceleration. This bar means direction or the vector. Direction of acceleration is equal to direction of what? Direction of change in velocity. I am not saying direction of velocity. I am saying direction of change in velocity. Now I am making one statement. What is that? Direction of acceleration is equal to direction of change in velocity. Time has no direction, that we already know. Time is a scalar quantity. Okay. 5 seconds in north direction. Nothing like that. 5 seconds, that's it. So time is a scalar quantity. Forget about that. Direction of acceleration is equal to direction of what? not the direction of velocity. Direction of acceleration is direction of change in velocity. Okay, sir. Unit meter upon second square. It's a vector quantity, and its direction of acceleration is direction of change in velocity. So make a note. Direction, short form of acceleration, is equal to direction of change in velocity. Make this note, okay? Because many times students get confused about the direction of acceleration. They generally take the direction of acceleration is equal to direction of velocity. No, no, no. Direction of acceleration is direction of change in velocity. Okay, fine, sir. Next quantity is linear momentum. Linear momentum. Very good. Linear momentum. Symbol is small p. It is also the vector quantity. Linear momentum is equal to mass is a scalar, velocity is a vector. You know, any vector quantity can be written like bar over it. Okay, so p bar is equal to m into v bar, mv. Okay, fine. What is the unit? What is the unit of momentum? Sir, unit of mass, kg. Sir, unit of velocity, meter upon second. That's it. Scalar vector, momentum is a vector quantity, velocity is a vector quantity, momentum is a vector quantity. Now you complete the statement. I'm going to make half statement, you going to complete the statement. Direction of momentum, this bar means direction. Direction of momentum is equal to direction of what? Momentum is a scalar, momentum is vector, so it will have direction. Which direction? Now you are understanding. Very good. Now Prithvi saying change in velocity. बाळ इथं कुठे ट्रायंगल आहे? Can you see delta here like this? No. So Prithvi, check. Shreya saying force. No. Shreya, just observe this formula and tell me the answer. I am saying direction of momentum is equal to what? Direction of velocity. On the right hand side we have one vector quantity, velocity. On the left hand side we have one vector quantity, momentum. So both of them will be having same direction because there is equality sign in between. Okay, fine, sir. So direction of momentum is direction of velocity. Try to understand. Okay, mass into velocity, that we know. Mass is a scalar, no need to write bar over it. Okay, so p bar is equal to m into v bar. Okay, sir. Next, up to this, is that clear? It's a vector quantity, right? V. Up to this, just reply me, clear and written, everyone. We are just wrapping up the chapter now. Few more physical quantities are remaining, we'll write them down and that's it. Very good. So direction of momentum is, guys, what? Direction of velocity. On the left hand side we have one vector, on the right hand side only one vector is there, so both of them must have same direction. Okay, next, let me rub some of the things. Just give me a second. All right. Number 8. After linear momentum, write down force. Force. Symbol capital F or small f. It's a vector quantity, F bar. Sir, force is mass into acceleration. Yes. Sir, force is mass into acceleration. Now, force is a vector quantity, acceleration is a vector quantity. Now, you complete the statement, guys. Direction of force is direction of what? Prithvi. Acceleration. Perfect. All of you are giving the correct answer. And do not write the complete word. Just write small a. That is okay. I can understand what you want to say. Okay. Do the smart word. Or just write ACC for the acceleration. Okay. You can use the short forms with me. Okay. Because I am familiar with all those short forms. Okay. Sir, force is for direction of force. On the left hand side we have one vector quantity. On the right hand side also we have only one vector quantity. In this case, how to decide the directions? When you have one physical one vector quantity on the left hand side and only one vector quantity on the right hand side, in that case their directions are equal, sir. Fine. Now there is one more formula of force. Sir, it is rate of change of momentum. Okay, sir. Rate of means time required or something upon time. Rate of what? Sir, change in momentum. Okay. So it is delta P upon delta T. Change in momentum upon time required. So rate of change of momentum. Okay. Force is what? Rate of change of momentum. Now from this formula, tell me, complete the statement. Direction of force is direction of what? Now let me check how many of you give the correct answer. Vidhi, is it momentum or something different? Velocity? No. I'm asking direction of force is. Force is rate of change of momentum, that we know. On the left hand side we have one vector force. On the right hand side we have one vector momentum. But it is not only momentum, it is change in momentum. It is change in momentum. From this formula, all of you gave the correct answer. No issues. Direction of force is equal to direction of acceleration. That you gave the correct answer. Very good. But in this formula I am asking direction of force is equal to what? Direction of momentum or direction of change in momentum? Momentum or change in momentum? Tell me. Perfect. Now you are getting it. Direction of such change in momentum. That's what I was saying here. Direction of acceleration is not direction of velocity. Direction of acceleration is direction of change in velocity. Just like that, direction of force is direction of change in momentum. Okay, now you are getting it. Okay, now you are having hold on it. Fine, sir. Now what are the units? Sir, mass has unit kg. Sir, acceleration has unit meter upon second square. Acceleration has unit meter upon second square. So it is kg meter upon second square. And to give respect to the scientists, we call this entire arrangement kg meter per second square or entire term as Newton. Okay, Newton. Fine, sir. Scalar vector, we know force is a vector. 5 Newton in north direction. Yes, it makes sense. 5 Newton force in or 5 Newton force along x-axis, 5 Newton force along z-axis. That makes sense. So it's a vector. All right, sir. Just give me a second. Fine. All right. Next is pressure. Pressure. Capital P. It's not a vector, that you know. Sir, it is force acting per unit area. That's it. All right. So, sir, force is Newton. Force is measured in Newton. Area is measured in meter square. To give the respect to the scientist, to give the respect to the scientist, Newton upon meter square is called what? Very good, Rohan. Yes, correct. Subhan, perfect. Vidhi, right. Now we want to give respect to one more scientist. That's the way physics respects scientists, right? Shreya correct, Prithvi correct, Ziana correct. Very good. Sir, it is Pascal, capital P, small a. If you want to write complete name, write the small p, a, s, c, a, l. Okay, p, a, s, c, a, l. Complete name, while writing complete name of scientist, first letter should be small. Yes, Tanvi, correct. And otherwise, you have to write the, otherwise, if you want to write the symbol, in that case, first letter should be capital. Okay, if it is a name of scientist. Okay, that's the convention we follow. So, Newton upon meter square is called as Pascal. It's going to be a scalar quantity. All right, sir. Number 10, power. 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 Symbol again P. Symbol again P. Let it be. Okay, let it be. Okay. But don't worry, we cannot get confused between pressure and power because their formulae are different. Okay, we are not going to get confused. Okay. So it is work done upon time. Okay. Work done upon time required, or sometimes people may write it like this. No issues. No issues here. Work is a scalar quantity. Sometimes people write it like this also. Let us avoid this. Okay, let us avoid this. We'll write only one formula, or we will simply write it like this. Work done upon time required. Fine, sir. Work done, sir. Joule. Time required. Second. Now we want to give again respect to the scientist. Everyone. Everyone give respect to the scientist in the chat box. Give respect to the scientist in the chat box. Everyone. Till then, let me do this. Yes, very good. Now, while writing the complete name of the scientist, Watt, W should be small, and while writing the symbol, it should be capital Watt. Yes, power is a scalar vector. Scalar vector. Bolo bolo. Prick Devi, Soni, Shreyas, Harshita, Shreya, perfect. Power is what? It's scalar quantity, sir. Work is scalar, time is scalar, and this power is a scalar quantity. Okay, scalar, scalar, scalar. Fine, sir. Next. Perfect. Next. Who is next? Work. Work. Okay. How we wrote power before work? We should have written work before power. Okay. So number this 11 and number this 10. Okay, sir. Number this as 11 and number this as 10. We should have written work first and then power. Work, W. By definition, work is equal to force multiplied by displacement, and we know this displacement is in the direction of force. What is this S? Sir, this S is displacement in the direction of force. In the direction of force. Now we know that force is vector, displacement is vector, but still work is a scalar quantity. Why it is so? That we will understand when we are going to learn a chapter called as scalar and vector. Okay, and then we will come back to this definition once again. And for time being, we will write it force work done as force into displacement, and this displacement must be in the direction of the force. This force is unit of the force is Newton. Unit of the displacement is meter. Now again we want to give the respect. Bolo. If you want to write simply Z, it must be capital. It's a name of scientist. If you want to write complete name, Joule, then the J should be small. Very good. Sir, work is a scalar, so write S. Yes, Balano Zamtar. Next. Number 12. Number 12. Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Sometimes people write it as K, or sometimes people write it as Ke, kinetic energy. What is the formula for kinetic energy, or simply K? Sir, it is 1/2 mv square. What should be the unit? Directly tell me. What should be the unit? Perfect. Correct. Directly tell me. You know, all types of works and all types of energies are measured in the unit called as joule. All types of works and all types of energies are measured in the unit called as joule. What is joule? Sir, joule is Newton meter. What is Newton? Sir, Newton is kg meter per second square. Okay, sir. Scalar vector. Sir, all types of energy and all types of works are scalar. All types of works and all types of energies are scalar. Next, potential energy. Which type of potential energy? There are different types of potential energies, out of which one we are going to study: gravitational potential energy. Okay. Formula is, sir, mgh. M is the mass of the object, g is acceleration due to gravity, h is the height above the surface. Okay, the height at which object is placed from the surface of the earth. Okay, sir. Unit, sir, again joule. Why? It's a type of energy ultimately. So all types of energy and all types of works are measured in the joule, and all types of energies and all types of works are scalar. Check whether this chart is clear and written. बोलो, जल्दी बोलो चैट बॉक्स में. Good. I want reply from each and every one. Clear and written. Write it, understand it, note it down, and then reply. I will wait. I will wait for 1 minute. Just no problem. We revised one chapter just in 3 days, right? Enjoyed this? You came to know very minute details, right? Those details cannot be given in the first lecture. Okay, but in the next lecture or in the revision lectures, those details can be given and those details can be understood also. Now you can confidently say that, sir, all these relations we understand. Not only remembering, we understand. Okay, लक्षात तर राहणारच आहे. You are going to remember these relations, but with understanding, you are able to decide direction of force is what? Direction of acceleration. Or direction of force is what? Direction of change in momentum. Okay, so these symbols have some meaning hidden inside them. Okay, for physics, we are going to use in physics we are going to use some physical relation. Okay, such a equation. In maths we call this as equation. Of course it is a equation, but in physics we call it as physical relation. Okay, physical relation between force, mass and acceleration is F is equal to ma. It is product means multiplication of, it is product of mass and acceleration. Okay, fine, sir. All right, now let us make one final note. Write down principle of homogeneity. Principle of PLE. Okay, not PAL. Principle, otherwise it will be a school principle. PAL, no, it's PLE. Principle of homogeneity. Okay, what is homogeneity? Check the spelling and write it properly. Principle of homogeneity. Okay, fine. Let us write, instead of writing the statement, let us understand it so that there will not be any need to write it. Okay, let me ask you one question. Okay, you wanna listen to this carefully. You wanna listen to this carefully. Can I add this 5 kg plus 2 meter is equal to what? Can I do this? 5 kg plus 2 meter. No, sir. How can we do this? How can we do this? We cannot do this, sir. We cannot do this. Okay. So now all of you have at least this much sense. Sir, this is mass, this is length. These two are different physical quantities. So if this physical quantity and if this physical quantity, if those are same physical quantities or of the same type, only then they can be added. Okay, sir. So this we cannot do. Can I do this? No, sir. If we cannot add it, we cannot subtract it. So this is also not possible. Okay. This is also invalid. Okay. You cannot subtract mass and the length. You cannot add mass and the length. Mass can be added to mass only. Length can be added or subtracted to length only. Okay. Can I do this? 5 kg is more than 2 meter. Can I compare two things? One is mass and other is length. Can I do comparison of mass and length? No, sir. Mass can be compared with mass only. 5 kg you can compare with 2 kg. 5 kg you can compare with 2 kg. But 5 kg cannot be compared with 2 meter. Those are different. So this is also wrong. Okay. Can I do this? Plus, minus, greater than, or less than, greater than, less than. Okay, all those things are there. Greater than, less than, equal to. No, sir. This is also not possible. Can I say this? Tell me. 5 kg equal to 5 meter? All of you are giving the correct answer means you already have hold on this concept. You already know it. Very good. Sir, this is also invalid. These set of symbols are called as comparison symbols. Greater than, less than, and equal to. Greater than, less than, and equal to. These are comparison symbols or comparison operators. This is addition operator. This is subtraction operator. Greater than, less than, equal to operator. Addition, subtraction, greater than, less than, equal to. These operators can be used only between two same types physical quantity, means mass, length, that is okay. If here first quantity is mass, or the first term has unit of mass, or for example first term has unit of kg and the second term has unit of meter, then you cannot use these signs plus, minus, greater than, less than, equal to. Okay, it means that when the terms are separated using the symbols plus, minus, greater than, less than, and equal to, if you want to use these symbols, then this term and this term must be of same type. Must be of same type means must be of same unit as well. त्यांचा टाइप सेमच पाहिजे. फोर्स कंपॅरिझन चालेल. फोर्स कंपॅरिझन दॅट इज ओके. लेंथ कंपॅरिझन दॅट इज ओके. Then mass comparison that is okay, or mass addition that is okay. Fine, sir. So let me make one final statement. Write down the statement of principle of homogeneity. The terms separated by following symbols or operators have same unit. What are those? Plus, minus, greater than, less than, equal to. For example, let's say term number 1 plus term number 2 minus term number 3 is equal to let's say 7. So unit of term number 1 must be equal to unit of term number 2 must be equal to unit of term number 3 and must be equal to quantity on the right hand side, which is right now it is 7. So whatever that quantity is, its unit must be 7. Or let us write here T4. Let us write here T4. Let us write here T4. Understand this. And now reply me in the chat box. Is this last point clear to all of you? This one. This term, this term, this term, this term. What is the symbols? Plus, minus, greater than, less than, equal to. So they must have same units. They must have same units. Got it? Just reply me clear and written. CW. Good. Very good. Unit of term 1 must be equal to unit of term 2, must be equal to unit of term 3, must be equal to unit of term 4. This is what the principle of homogeneity says. It's a common sense. But in physics, we have given it a name as homogeneity. Okay, fine. Yes. Now let me ask you one innocent question. Can I do this? Can I do this 5 kg multiplied by 2 meter? Can I do this? Y or N? Correct. All of you are giving the correct answer. Everyone. Sanika, think again. Devashish, think again. I am doing multiplication. Can I multiply to different physical quantity, mass and the length? Can I multiply? Mass cannot be added to length. That is, I know. Mass cannot be subtracted. Mass and length cannot be subtracted. That I know. But guys, multiplication has no restriction like that. You can do this multiplication. Just like mass into velocity is momentum. Mass can be multiplied with velocity, no problem. Just like that, mass can be multiplied with the length. Force into displacement, Newton into meter, mass into distance, kg into meter. This is allowed. This is allowed. Multiplication or division, you can also do this, no problem. This is also valid operation. This is also valid operation. Okay, got this last point, everyone? Multiplication, division, no restriction, but there are restrictions on plus, minus and the comparison operators. Okay, addition, subtraction, greater than, less than, equal to. If you want to use this rule is to be followed. This rule is to be followed. Okay, but that restriction is not on the multiplication and division. Okay, fine. So are the things revised in today's lecture clear to all of you? Because we are going to stop at this point. Okay, just reply me finally, everyone. Shall we stop here now? Yes. So chalo guys, in this lecture we are going to stop at this point. Remaining things we are going to learn in next lecture. Okay, chalo, bye bye everyone. Let me end this lecture at this point. Okay, chalo, bye bye. Yes, bye.